for some of the things he was spouting off, those vague ideas of hope and or change. Well, that sounds pretty good. But again, I didn't have high expectations. But by the end of his first term, I was like, well, swing and a miss, I'm afraid. That sucked. And when it came time to be a deciding force in the second election that Obama was in, I was like, him or Romney? I was like, well, the last 4 years, those were a giant bag of suck. I did not like how this all played out. Now, I think it was best summed up by the rapper Everlast, who said in his song, I Get By, I voted for some change. Now it's kind of strange. That's all I've got in my pocket. But I bought a few LEDs and I'm growing some trees and it's a sweet effing hustle, so don't knock it. I was like, yeah, that's pretty much how all Obama voters feel, I think, at this stage in the game. They're like, oh, man, we got sold down the river. But that happens in every election. Everybody gets hacked off because promises aren't kept. It's like, what? You mean they stretch the truth to get elected? Go figure. Well, I never. Cut my legs and call me shorty. That's absolutely, unbelievably, amazingly surprising. Which it is, of course, not. It's a time-honored tradition that has been going on forever on both sides of the political fence. But when Mitt Romney came by, I was like, yeah, I know a lot of people that work for companies that are owned by Bain Capital, and that hasn't been good times for them. And that's got Romney's fingerprints all over it. So I was just like, yeah, whatever, not concerned. But I don't know.
We're owned by Bain Capital.
Of course, everything's great now. Anyways, Mitt Romney might be throwing his hat in the ring in 2016. Well, we'll wait and see. Did you whisper that to me on or off the air, Funkhouser? Oh, on the air? Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. Don't worry about it. We are building a pirate ship, slowly amassing fellow pirates as we sail around the world that is iHeartRadio and the internet and all the other digital platforms. And the muckety mucks in charge, I know for a fact, don't listen to this show. So we can kind of get away with doing whatever we want as we amass our army of undead warriors ready to change things. And in a couple of years' time, they're going to be like, hey, holy crap, we gave this guy it. Like, honestly, like, they're going to be like, oh, I kind of feel like we were arming the rebels and the rebels turned out not to be the greatest people in the world. I would imagine there's going to be a similar situation after this, after what we're doing picks up a little more steam. They're going to be like, wait a second, we gave him a platform to do what? It's art imitating life. Yep, that's what it is. But anyways, Romney and Hilary in 2016, yep, that will, like I said, involve an awful lot of hairspray. So, 36-year-old Jennifer Cramblett of Uniontown, Ohio, lesbian woman, wanted to have a kid. What do you do when you're a lesbian that wants to have a kid? You can either get some baby batter from somewhere or you can adopt. She wanted her genetic fingerprints all over the kid that she was going to have. So she went to a sperm bank in Downers Grove, Illinois. This is back in 2011. She's white, and she picked a white guy as the donor. But then she gave birth in August of 2012. And when she did, she had a baby girl that was noticeably of mixed race. Turns out that the sperm bank had mislabeled the donor and he was actually a black guy. So now Jennifer is suing them. The suit says that she and her lesbian partner Amanda love their daughter, but raising her has been stressful because they live in an all-white town, Uniontown, Ohio. Or Unionville, is it? Yeah, Uniontown, Ohio. Small town. All white, small town. They have a black baby girl. The suit says Jennifer grew up stereotyping non-white people and didn't meet any black people until college. And she says she has, quote, limited cultural competency relative to African Americans. Jennifer also says her family has already had enough trouble embracing her homosexuality, so she doubts they're going to embrace her daughter. She's suing for wrongful birth and breach of warranty. Now, a lot of people are crying out, racist. You had a kid. You gave birth to a child. You brought a child into this world. You didn't adopt. You brought a child into this world. It came from inside of you. It grew. It gestated in your lady reproductive parts for 9 months. You have a genetic bond with that child. You also have a responsibility to that child to provide it with a warm, loving, stable environment to grow up and hopefully succeed. That is what you signed up for when you became a parent, regardless of race. You got to make a decision. A lot of people don't get to make a decision with regard to that. I mean, everybody decides who they have sex with. Well, I mean, unless you're talking about a horrible case like rape or something like that. But people decide. People make these choices in life. And you got an incredible opportunity to make a decision regarding who the father of your child would be. And you got to decide when you were going to have that kid. And a lot of people would argue that 100% she should shut the hell up and just raise the kid the best she knows how and put her problems and her personal grievances on the shelf, because once you become a parent, well, that stuff ceases to matter in the same way it did. Your first and last responsibility is to that child that you chose to bring into the world. And in any situation where you have a child, the road is going to be a bumpy one. There are going to be left turns. You're going to get shocks. You're going to get surprises. You're going to get weird situations that you do not know how to deal with. And that's part and parcel of being a parent. And that's understandable. And yeah, suing them on the basis of the fact that she doesn't understand black people because she had limited cultural competency after having grown up in an all-white town. Is this woman racist? Is she being racist toward her own kid? I don't know. I don't think that this is the most responsible thing, and I shudder to think, when I say it's not the most responsible thing, because we're hearing about it. This should be done quietly. This should not necessarily make the news. At no point in her personal history should this woman's daughter be able to Google herself and find history of her being the product of a sperm donor, to which her mom went, yeah, I want my money back. And what's that going to do to a kid? We shouldn't be hearing about this. This should be a very private matter. This woman should not have gone to the press with this whole thing. And that's me giving my 2 cents with regard to the responsibilities of parenthood. Regardless of what color this child is, she brought it into this world, and it is now her responsibility to provide it with a warm, loving, stable environment and give this kid the very best shot it can possibly have in the world, no matter what. And at some point, you got to let go and you got to let the kid be their own person. But until that day comes, that is when you must become a nurturer, a protector. This kid's first, last, and everything. And I don't know if she's really got that top of her particular mind. And all those sides of the situation I find kind of icky and morally reprehensible. Because she should be focusing on being a good parent. And first thing she should be focusing on is keeping this private. So like I said, when the kid grows up and Googles their own name, they don't go, ooh, mommy wanted a refund when she got me? What's that going to do to them? That being said, when you order a Starbucks coffee and it comes with whipped cream, or it's iced instead of hot, or it's a latte instead of a straight up coffee, you know what? You get your money back and you get what you asked for. And if we can be that finicky about the type of hot, delicious, caffeinated beverages we ingest, then she has every right to some remuneration for this. That's a little larger than not getting a foamy enough latte, wouldn't you agree? I think she just kind of went about it the wrong way. Thank you so much for hanging. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do it all over again.